Well, let me first of all say thank you very much for joining. We are massive fans of Las Americas, and we are just so grateful for all the work that you do in El Paso with folks from around the world who make it to El Paso. And we're just thrilled to be able to celebrate your work as a keeper of the American dream this year. So let me just start with a big thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm beyond honored. So this is just it's an honor to represent our entire Las Americas team. Just truly truly honored and representing the entire team and the passionate work that they do day in and day out in the representation of individuals and families. And it's hard work. And sadly, it really hasn't gotten easier. Border work right now is hard. So we're just really appreciative of this recognition. It means a lot to all of us. And I stand here representing an entire team who just inspires and motivates me to keep going.
So the theme of this year's event is trusted solutions for a brighter future. So in the context of the work that you do every day, providing legal services, fighting for asylum cases, fighting for really the health and the safety of migrants, what are the 2 or 3 solutions that are so direly needed, either at the local or the federal level?
Being a border practitioner at this time is really difficult. We're functioning within these systems that, again, now have been through 2 administrations, the use of Title 42, now the renewed use of MPP. And so sometimes as border practitioners, this area of the law can really seem dark and can really seem helpless. But again, we continue to fight. Some of the solutions that I see is really there has to be an understanding on how deterrence just historically doesn't work, and it really continues not to work. And a reimagining of what a successful asylum system could look like that is not revolved around heightened security. Knowing that the security is inherently already built in. We saw an example of people who were previously placed in the Remain in Mexico court program, also known as MPP, which really was horrific. And this administration actually campaigned on ending it, and they did attempt to end it before they were blocked by a federal court. But during the time that we were participating in the winding down of MPP, we saw the government engage in a process which wasn't perfect, but really was close to what we could see could be a dignified, welcoming asylum system, where people were processed quickly, where families were not detained. The processing was happening, for in CBP, they were there for less than an hour sometimes, and they were walking out as normal, regular travelers. To see that was a restoring of dignity, that was welcoming with dignity. And this is what we want. Immigration, this is what we want a better asylum system to look like, is to truly welcome with dignity, to respect people on the move as fellow travelers, to restore our ports of entry. We are these vibrant binational communities that have been shut down, where families are not able to reunite with each other anymore, where people even educationally have been impacted because of the inability to travel back and forth. Not only do we need to see our port of entry restored, but that also includes asylum seekers. And I think respecting asylum seekers as fellow travelers, respecting the relationships, of binational relationships between border communities and our ports of entry, is a start to really restore and build a better asylum system that right now currently doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the asylum system, not only is it inadequate and many times cruel, but it's also one of the last ways that people have an option to legally enter the country. It's kind of it's the last and only resort in terms of being able to enter the United States in many ways. So I really, really appreciate the time, and we are so grateful for the work of Las Americas, and I think you've got one of the best teams in terms of any legal services organization that I've run across. I always really enjoy talking with them and learning from them. And Linda, thank you so much. On behalf of the National Immigration Forum, again, we are just so grateful.
Thank you. We are incredibly grateful to you all as well, and keep up the great work. And I agree, we do. We absolutely have one of the best teams. And no matter what, we will continue to fight for what's right.